knowing that Seroquel is something that, you know, melts. Fuck. It's powerful. I don't know what it is, but oh man, first I ate this as a powerful headache. I got a headache, and it's right here. It's right in this part of my brain. Just ouch. Those lonely dogs. I'll spread a little bit over here. Just like a sharp pain, headache, you know. You turn off those speakers. Then the speakers are gonna mess up the sound. But this shit is horrible. Like you have no idea what these cocksuckers have been putting me through. Okay? And they're gonna pretend like they're the, you know, doing this to keep people safe or something. You know, if they're ever caught, they're gonna be like, oh well, these are dangerous patients, and you know, and they're just complete scum. You know. So keep in mind, for me to say, well, I stabbed you in the fucking eye because you're a threat to society, causing people pain all the time, and I'm keeping people safe, it would be much more logical than their argument. Because who have I really hurt? You know, who have I really hurt? Especially who can I prove that they hurt? Well, I can prove that these groups, I can't prove who their membership are, but I can prove that these groups have hurt thousands and thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, killing 500,000 a year. I can prove that. But who have I hurt? So I would have a superior argument, you know, as to keeping people safe by killing these people for hurting people. What we know are the effects. A wise man once said there are no side effects, just the effects. And the effects are that a lot of people who take this are suffering. Some of these effects have a frequency of 10% or higher. So keep in mind that whatever I do to these people would be far more justified than what they are doing to me and hundreds of thousands of innocent people all over the world. So today, I don't know what time it is, I woke up, I heard my mom say, oh, he sees himself as a freedom fighter, and the spray was sprayed. And then I see my dad downstairs when I came downstairs. And, you know, needless to say, it was fucking up my head. It was just fucking me way up. You know, these are lowly dogs who are fucking idiots, you know. Now, in order, you know, for someone to say that they see themselves as a freedom fighter, you know, from what I gather, you know, this seems to, you know, that's a new one for me, that makes them, you know, fucking suffering from some kind of delusions or something. That you cannot see yourself as a freedom fighter without suffering delusions. It's just like I said, you know, back in, I think it was 2013 or early 2014, on my Robot channel, when I said in the new DSM, you know, the newest revision of it, or whatever, DSM-5, you know, revised, or DSM-5, that, you know, being black, being a black militant, or black revolutionary, one of those two, is now a mental disorder. I'll put a clip in it, you know. As I predicted, that's where they're going with this. It's completely pathetic. You know, either that, or to resist the fucking system is a mental disorder, which needs to be sprayed, no matter which way they mean it. That's what it ended up being. You know, we need to medicate this person because he feels the need to resist the system. And part of the reason he needs to do it is because you're fucking drugging this guy with potent drugs. You know, cocaine high might last 6 hours tops or something like that. You know, I don't fucking really know, but, you know, from what I've gathered from people who use it, you know, it's typically what they say. These drugs last like fucking 12 hours because you take them twice a day, once in the morning, once at fucking night. So say you take it, you know, during the weekend day, 8 o'clock in the morning, and then 8 o'clock at night, right? So these drugs last 12 hours. They're twice as toxic as fucking cocaine, you know, and they kill more people, perhaps even twice as many more people as, you know, all the illicit drugs put together. I think prescription drugs are the third leading cause of death in human beings, and the leading cause of preventable death. So yeah, it's important to note that I had to come outside because the spray was so fucking potent that, you know, the need to get fresh air in the lungs became great. And I obviously know that part of the patient feedback is part of what their experiment, you know, is all about. But these things need to be said. They need to be understood, you know. These people have no care about the safety of society, of humanity, of the pigs and the mental health staff, or they wouldn't be doing this in the first place. They know that I've made it clear to them for years that if they persist in trying to provoke me to go to the psych ward and try to drug me and things of this nature, that I intend to fucking resist. And so they keep doing it, and then they're going to say, well, he's delusional, and we need to come fucking get him for the safety of society, which is basically their way of assassinating me. So, please download these videos, download my most relevant videos, because I expect them to make their moves soon. Not that I know that for sure, but that it is the most logical thing for them to do. You know, they have absolutely failed everything. At the first sign that fucking, you know, everything that you would expect, you know, to happen, happened. You know, I knew that if fucking I turned up the heat and gave them a time limit, and I put it in a way that they couldn't fucking say it was a threat, not a threat in the title, in the description, in the comments, that they would fucking turn it up, and they probably would come anyway. But definitely that they would turn up the fucking heat, and, you know. And so, you know, just like I think one of the main problems with psychiatric drugs is that they cause the symptoms that they claim to treat, and they do it on record, and then they turn around and deny that this is the problem. You know, the reason why people are on it for the rest of their life is because the brain doesn't heal itself. It's damaged by these super toxic drugs that are more potent than cocaine or heroin, etc. These things usually have a high of maybe 6 hours, while the drug, you know, say Depakote or, you know, Paxil and Zoloft and what have you, you know, Repudiate, they last like 12 hours. That's why you take them 2 times a day. So, well, I guess there's some kind of aircraft flying over, so I'm gonna end it there. You know, I feel very sick to my stomach. I can feel my organs hurting. You know, I feel my kidney hurting. Maybe my, you know, intestines are somewhere around that area as well. Possibly, you know, my liver. And, you know, you can tell, you know, when you feel these things consistently after you do something, you know it's bad for you. Your body's telling you this is bad for you. It's causing you to have a headache. This is bad for you. It's doing brain damage. It's doing internal organ damage. And on record, these things do this thing. You know, they cause diabetes on record. And a lot of these companies try to play that off. And these things are deadly fucking disorders. These things are deadly fucking, you know, I guess you call them illnesses. I can't really think straight right now because it's just, you know, it's fucking up everything, you know. And these are lowly dogs. They declared war on me, and society is playing fucking stupid about it. So if I were to wage open war against these people, it would be logical. They do this every day. America was attacked like once in Pearl Harbor. They entered a world fucking war. You know, the Gulf of Tonkin, they entered a world fucking war. Excuse me, they entered the Vietnam War. And the sinking of the Lusitania, they entered a world fucking war from one attack. Imagine being attacked every day, you know? So, when you think about everything, now these people are the lowest form of fucking filth, and nothing is too harsh for them. They don't care who they fucking hurt. They are psychopath control freaks. They are the danger to themselves and to others, period. Because what they're doing provokes somebody to fight against them. And, you know, logically, that's putting that person in danger. It's putting other people in society in danger. And that's putting themselves in danger. For those of you who've been watching my videos, you know my research is more relevant than theirs. and that the reason is because I'm simply more fair and balanced than they are. I've been researching for 20 years, and I've seen a pattern of Jews funding institutions and movements and mental health in order to pit people against each other. Since psychiatry is seen as a white-run profession, disproportionately so, and that it targets people who oppose the status quo and the white social norms, it pits black people against white people. So oppositional defiant disorder. Now, so it starts off by saying it's not unusual for children, especially those in their terrible twos and early teens, to defy authority now and then. That's their way of playing off how ridiculous this disorder is. They basically say if this lasts for a longer time, then, you know, they may have this disorder. And of course, they're going to drug you and they're going to diagnose you with it. And what are the symptoms? Throwing repeated temper tantrums, excessively arguing with adults, actively refusing to comply with questioning rules, deliberately trying to annoy or upset others, or being easily annoyed by others, blaming others for your mistake, having frequent outbursts of anger and resentment, being spiteful and seeking revenge, swearing or using obscene language, saying mean and hateful things when upset. And so these people are basically saying that I have an adult version of this, and they're saying that, you know, it's related to, they're saying, oh, it's biological and it's genetical and there's environmental. Yeah, it's called being a human fucking being, you dickheads. You know, and this is WebMD. How is it treated? Psychotherapy, medication. While there is no medication that's scientifically established or formally approved to treat ODD, drugs may sometimes be used to treat other mental illnesses that may be present, such as ADHD or depression. So basically, it helps them contribute to your diagnosis with something else. Well, we think he has, you know, depression or bipolar, and this contributing to this oppositional defiance disorder. And that's how they justify covertly drugging me against the law, you know, while I'm sleeping. It is 12:40 right now in the middle of the night, and they probably did it about 12:30. Okay, and they closed the window of the room next door in order to do it. Well, in the video I had said it was the DSM-5 I was talking about, the revision, okay, or, you know, it actually was the DSM-6 or 7, okay, but my case definitively shows that they're already doing that now. They're already using the disorders that they have to drug me for black militant disorder, you might call it, under the pretense of ODD, OC, you know, not OCD, I haven't heard that one yet, but and bipolar disorder, and schizoaffective and psychosis. We'll watch.
White Power Network, and I am your token Uncle Tom. And today we'll be discussing the new mental disorder that has just come out in the DSM-7, where being a black militant is considered a mental disorder, and the more influence you have on society, the worse and more extreme the mental disorder is. New legislation and policy now allows us Uncle Toms and unscrupulous white folks to proceed with our malicious agenda we used to have to cover up. And we force medicate these people from day one and drug them until they are a bunch of babbling idiots. You've tuned in.
As you can see, they successfully pitted me against white people, and rightfully so, because they went along with this. Okay? It's not going on. And obviously, when I say I'm the spiritual leader of the Crips, that is the title that I gave myself in order to bring people to God. It's not some kind of delusion. And October 29, 2013, and depending on how you look at it, I am the spiritual leader of the Crips, because none of them are doing, obviously none of the active members are doing anything like what I'm doing to try to help society and try to help them.
Or anything like that. Did he try to get you to help him get me to the psych ward? So he asked you to help piss me off so that I go to the psych ward?
Yeah.
Wow.